Yesterday, I saw a video on TikTok by an OBGYN, and he was showing a couple that was going for a prenatal visit, and they were getting an ultrasound, and the doctor was asking like what questions they might have about vaccines, and the couple posted on social media saying that by talking about vaccines, the doctor had so-called ruined what should have been a beautiful moment. It sounded like the couple was very anti-vax, and then ironically one of them posted on social media asking if anybody knows like what vaccines are okay to get to help protect the baby, because now he's worried. It's like you were literally just at the doctor's office. You were literally just with the expert who was offering to talk to you about what your hesitancy was about the vaccines. And now you're asking people who are not medically trained what vaccines to get to protect the baby. It's weird to me when people come to the doctor and they don't want to believe what the doctor is telling them. And it just seems like it's very popular now for people to just like have some kind of mistrust of like decades and centuries of basic like research-based medicine and evidence-based medicine. The really sad thing is that a lot of parents that choose not to vaccinate, they think that they're doing the best for their kids, but they're not. And I think the problem is that medicine has become so good and helped people so much that they don't see illnesses that used to kill people as frequently, so they think that they don't need that medicine anymore. And people are now even starting to refuse like routine pre and postnatal care. And it's like, you're not making your baby safer, you're making your baby less safe. I don't have kids and I don't want them, but if I did have them, I know that I would do everything in my power to make sure they were as healthy as possible and had as like to lower the risk as much as possible of them getting a disease that could potentially be disfiguring, disabling, or deadly. It just reminds me of having had patients that like, it's almost like they argue with me. I don't know if argue is the right word, but like they just like don't want to believe what I'm telling them. Like I had a patient once who had diabetes, and I was trying to explain the disease process to him, and he thinks that like if he can just get a pancreas transplant, he won't have to take his medication. And I'm like, yeah, that'd be nice, but it's just not that simple. And like, I don't know. I have another patient that has like high blood pressure, and he keeps asking me like, okay, if my blood pressure gets low enough, can I stop taking the medication? I'm like, no, like you need the medication. Like you can't just like stop taking it. Like I'm pretty sure he doesn't take the medication, and that's why every time he comes, his blood pressure is still high, and he thinks that just like diet and exercise is going to be enough, and it can help, but that's not enough. And sometimes you just need to be on medication. I just think it doesn't really make sense to like go to the doctor if you're not going to believe what they're telling you. And like in that video about the couple that was refusing vaccines during pregnancy, they thought that like giving vaccines was like the doctor trying to make money. And trust me, doctors don't make money by giving people vaccines. And there are so much easier ways to become rich quickly than being a doctor. Being a doctor actually costs a lot of money, and most of us are in debt, and it takes so many years of like so much difficult, rigorous training and passing tests and like jumping through hoops. Like there are easier ways to become rich than being a doctor. Why would somebody go through all that just to give you bad information? And that's not to say that doctors are always right, because doctors are human beings too, and human beings err. So doctors can make mistakes. We're not like immune to that. Not only that, but like some people that have like very rare disorders, like the patient themselves might actually be the expert on it because they're the one that actually lives it and they research it, and they may know more than the doctor, and the doctor can learn from that patient. But I just think like if you're going to the doctor for medical help and advice, and you're coming in already with this attitude that the doctor is like trying to fool you or make money off you or something, like just stuff like that, it just doesn't make sense to me.